Hey, big guy.
Well, I guess we can tell them that it's almost time. All you early people, here we go. Ready? Here's the countdown.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ask Us Anything, and thank you for joining us tonight.
I don't know where you are, but here in Southwest Michigan, and I know in Iowa, where Phyllis Carr is helping moderate all the questions, it is hot. It has been hot. This has been a warm summer and a dangerous summer in the heat. Just yesterday in Canyonlands National Park, a dad and his 23-year-old daughter went on a hike, and they got disoriented. They ran out of water, and they both died of the heat. It was the air temperature was like over 100 degrees, and gee, be careful out there. That heat is terrible, and our hearts go out to them. And one of the most beautiful national parks, but man, you got to be careful in hot weather. So hope wherever you are that you are managing the heat. We are excited because this is the week we leave for the Canadian Maritimes, and we're studying up on Nova Scotia and the Atlantic the Atlantic shore of Canada. And RV is packed. We just put the refrigerator on today. We're actually ahead of ourselves compared to most of our trips.
In spite of the new truck and everything else.
New truck has occupied most of our time this week. We picked the new truck earlier in the week, and we had to get the old hitch taken off and put on the new truck. And then we had a cover put on the new truck, and I ended up getting a toolbox also for it. So I don't have things rattled around the back. Love the new truck. I did tow this fifth wheel to Elkhart, Indiana. I think on Thursday, took it over there to the Keystone, Montana factory, and they helped troubleshoot a leak that we had with the washer dryer, fix that, and brought it home, and we have been slowly packing it ever since. This is really organized for you and I.
For us, we're doing well.
But we are so excited. We're about to embark next week on a fantasy RV tour, organized caravan tour of the Canadian Maritimes. This is an RV lifestyle fantasy RV tour. All of our supporters, there are many of them on the way right now. Hopefully you've all got a good place to spend the night as you're heading up towards Maine, where we'll all meet next weekend and get ready to take off. It's a 27-day trip, and it ends like I think the third week of August, and we're on Prince Edward Island. So I got to figure out how we get home and what route we want to take to get home. We'll take suggestions. If you have some great suggestions, let us know. So we're excited. We're really excited about going. I don't know what else to say except it's going to be cooler there. I checked. The temperatures are normally in the 60s, some days in the 70s. So that's perfect weather compared to what we had now. All right, let's go to the questions. There's Linda Ward. She's one of those who will be attending the fantasy RV tour, RV lifestyle tour of the Maritimes. Hi, Linda.
Hello from Robbinsville, New Jersey. We're getting the final things ready for our trip to the Maritimes. I am looking most forward to cooler temperatures. How about you? Well, yeah. Us too, Linda.
Yep. I packed a sweatshirt. Maybe I should make two. And we got raincoats. And Bo was looking forward to the cooler weather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is that. Ron Wojcicka.
Hello, Mike and Jen from upstate New York. I hope you have a safe and trouble-free trip to the Maritime.
Yes.
So too.
Yeah. No breakdowns, no mechanical problems or RV problems. Randy Dexter.
Good evening from North Carolina. Hopefully you'll be able to upload video or go live at night from your Canadian Maritimes trip so that we can follow along daily. I really do hope that we can do that.
Lord willing, we will come to you with Ask Us Anything next Sunday from Maine, which is we're all gathering at a campground there before we head into Canada. And we'll be doing that there. And then I don't know if we'll do it every day, but we're going to try and do, a lot of social media, try and do some regular videos of what we're seeing and how it is all like. And you guys can send us requests which you'd like us to cover or show or see, and we'll do our best to do that. We do have Starlink, a really great Starlink system, the professional version up on the roof, with the big antenna. But you never know what the weather will do, what tree cover will do. We're in a pretty remote area. Sometimes cell coverage can be a bit iffy up there. So our normal system, which merges Starlink satellite and T-Mobile or Verizon, might be a little iffy that way. But our hope is that we'll be able to continue to go live and update you and bring you along with us virtually.
I consider it such a privilege that we're able to go and we're able to do this. And there are a lot of people that can't go. So I really do hope that we can do a lot of coverage. And if we did a little bit of something every day, that would just be so awesome, because not everybody gets to do a trip like this. And I'd like to share as much as possible.
Me too. And we will try, whether it would be through a live thing. If we did a live feed, we'll try and simulcast it on YouTube, but most of what we'll do will be on our new community, which is community.rvlifestyle.com. We like to do our live things as much there. We still do it on Facebook and everything and YouTube, but there's no censorship there. There's none of the algorithm weirdness that makes some people not be able to see it and some people can access it. So most of our stuff we do through that link, and we urge you to join that if you haven't already. But we're going to do our best to try and share it. If you have questions, our private email is mikeandjen@rvlifestyle.com. Send us a request, and we'll do our best to either answer your questions or to show and tell what we see. So we'll bring you with us. How's that?
It was so funny. When we first started talking, Bo came over and just demanded pets and was a little obnoxious, and now he's collapsed in a heap on the floor.
He always wants to know.
Out.
He always wants to know
who we're talking
to,
what we're doing.
Yeah, yep.
He's got to be included.
He does. Bo is a very social media aware Elkhorn. Sharon Childress.
Do you still have the mattress from Brooklyn Bedding in your house? If so, is it holding up? Do you still like it? We need a new mattress and may consider this one. We love it.
Yes. In fact, not only did we get the one bed for our master bedroom, but we got two more for our guest bedroom. And in fact, our son, who lives in his family, who lives just around the corner from us here in Southwest Michigan, we were on a camping trip. They lost their power. We have a whole house backup generator, and we're in a little different system. We didn't lose power. So they came and stayed here for a while, and they stayed in the guest bedroom, which has the RV mattress from Brooklyn Bedding. And he is still raving about how comfortable the bed was. He said that he fell asleep and he didn't wake up until 9 o'clock the next morning. He never, didn't move. So we do like them. And Sharon, if you do get them, we can save you, I think, 25% if you just go to that link right there and check it out. rvmattress.com/rvlifestyle. And
as long as we're talking about their mattresses, they sent us some pillows to try out.
And we use the pillows.
We like the pillows.
Love the pillows, yeah.
And I bought a couple pillows, where Marshalls or someplace, and they just don't wear well. But their pillows,
the RV mattress pillows do, yeah.
They're comfortable and they wear well.
Yeah, they're really good. So good luck. Let us know, Sharon, what you think. But I think we can save you 25% if you use that link. So, so that's good. Johnny Lightning.
Route suggestion. Follow the St. Lawrence Seaway on the Canadian side. Lots of history and good food. Brush up on your French, or make sure you have a transcript app.
The translator app.
A translator app.
Merci, Johnny Lightning. Thank you for the tip. We'll
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see which way we come back. Queen Bear.
Stop by Mount Washington Railroad.
Yep, in Acadia National Park there, right nearby. Yeah,
and bring our sweater. I'm gonna bring my sweatshirts.
Yeah,
windbreakers.
Yeah, Claudie.
Welcome to Canada.
She says, Common Montreal here. Oh, that's what she's in Montreal. Well, thank you, Felicity. We're looking forward to seeing
being in
this
Canada.
region of Canada. We've been all over Canada, but never been to the Maritimes. Janice Smith.
Hello from Pleasantville, Tennessee. It is hot here in the Nashville area. Safe travels to everyone on the trip. Sure hope the weather is much cooler.
That's right. And I didn't mention how much we're looking forward to eating the lobster and the scallops, which are supposed to be the best in the world from that way. Beaten Massachusetts and Maine lobsters. So we're looking forward to the lobsters. You don't like lobster. I like lobster. Julie Smith.
Enjoy your trip to Canada. New Brunswick, Canada is a beautiful province to explore.
Well, we will do our best.
We're looking forward to this. Never been in the area that we're going.
Andre Morel.
We are in St. Andrews by the Sea in New Brunswick right now, and it's 85 Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Oh, Fahrenheit right now. We are having hot weather like everywhere else.
Yeah, that's really warm.
Yeah,
for up there. Well, great. It sounds like a great spot. And
I remember once
I'm studying up on the Canadian Atlantic, so Atlantic Canada. So
I remember once we rented a house on Mackinac Island when our kids were younger, and it's usually cool on Mackinac Island, usually a breeze and everything, and there was a heat wave.
Yeah, they don't have
and there were no fans. We couldn't get the windows open because it never gets hot. So hey, maybe we can hire out to bring hot weather. I don't know.
Yeah. Linda Ward.
Are you doing the raft trip? We aren't. Rich said he would be willing to watch Bo while you do it.
Hey, Rich, we've got a couple of trips that we're wondering about that. What are we going to do with Bo? Because some of the things you can't take Bo.
And you're gone too long.
Yeah, I'd like to do the raft trip. So we'll talk. And Bo, I don't think Bo wants to do the raft trip.
No, Bo doesn't like water.
Yeah.
He likes
I don't think he would want to do the
up
raft
to
trip. But yeah.
his belly.
Yeah.
That's all the water he wants.
Road trip, buddy.
The two of you are the best. You know that. Love turning in to watch your channel.
Oh, the RTB, our road trip buddy. Well, thank you. We didn't ask about dinner tonight, but we had salad with some leftover steak that we sliced up on it. And I ate your share of it, road trip buddy, because you weren't here. But thank you. Thank you for those nice words. Jack Bartain, he's heading up our way. He's going to be with us.
Yeah, winding our way up to Bar Harbor. A rock hit our windshield today. Hope replacement window can be installed quickly and efficiently. I hope so too.
Yep.
Well, that's a bummer.
Oh,
that's part of the joys of traveling.
Yep. Yeah, I have a theory.
It's a rock or it's a tire coming off.
Don't say it. But I have a theory that every trip something breaks. I mean, for all RVers, and it's every other, but we did a survey on the community the other day, and well over 50% of all the people who responded, 50% of them said something breaks more than half the time that they're out there in the RV. So that's just a reality of RVing and being on the roads. But you got to just roll with it, That's the thing. But I hope you can get that fixed too. Betty Bloom.
Do you have all of Bo's papers you need?
No, man, don't get me going on that. The left hand, the government, doesn't know what the right hand, another agency of the government, is doing. But this is just such a mess. The CDC, for those of you who know what we're talking about, the CDC has implemented a new rule that goes into effect August 1st that requires anyone bringing a dog into the U.S., and that's not cats, just dogs into the U.S., has to have proof that animal has come from a non-rabies hotspot. And if that's the case, which would be Canada, they're not on the high rabies list. If you're bringing them from overseas, it's a whole different thing. But if it's from Canada
and Mexico,
you have to have proof that they were microchipped, and the microchip has to have had a rabies vaccine that has not expired, but the rabies vaccine has to be in before the microchip or after the microchip. So Bo hadn't been microchipped. So we microchipped him.
He had a rabies shot in January.
He had a rabies shot in January, and then we put the microchip in, and they're good for 3 years, rabies shots. And we put the microchip in early June, but we had to then get another vaccination for him. The
And-
vet says, you know, oh, it won't hurt him. But come on, do you believe that? You can't give.
Bo has been very sluggish.
Yes, I know.
Of course, it is hot out.
Ever since
but
he had that.
ever since he got his rabies shot, he's been very lethargic.
So we got that part, but that's not enough. You also have the vet then has to submit a form that he was microchipped and has the vet to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And he can't send that in until 28 days afterwards. This is according to our vet. And then it takes the USDA whatever amount of time to send it back to him, and then he gives it to us. This all takes effect August 1st. We're leaving this week. So we don't have those papers. Then coming back into the country, 2 days, not 3, not 1, 2 days before we have to fill out a form.
Come back to the States.
That we're coming back to the States, identifying which port we're coming from. We have to take a photograph showing his face and his body and send that on this form to get entry to bring him back. And if we don't have every T, every dot crossed on all of that, they won't let us bring Bo back. Our
Bo
pet,
will be put in a kennel.
or any of the others who are going to Canada with a dog. You know, you need to know this stuff. And the forms, the vet says he was trying to send the form. The forms aren't even available yet. So
Supposedly the forms will be available the 15th.
supposedly,
But, you know, that's kind
we're
of
leaving.
iffy.
That's tomorrow, supposedly. We'll see. So all of this is to bring your family pet back from a Canadian vacation.
Oh, and if your dog is younger than 6 months, you can't bring them into the States.
If your dog is 6 months
Under
or
younger
you can't
than
come
6
in.
months, you can't bring them into this country until they're 6 months old. I wonder if Canada will let you stay there.
Who knows?
You know.
Now, this is for dogs. I'm not even, Jennifer's kneeing me. I'm not even
I'm
going to
kneeing
say
Be
that,
quiet.
the rest of the immigration, 22 million people
Michael.
have illegally come in with no requirements at all for this stuff. But dogs, you got to do all of this stuff. You tell me that makes sense. And it doesn't. So you got me going, Betty. I had to do it. I won't say any more about it. Larry Whitesell.
Okay. Not to show my ignorance, but would you explain what the Maritime is?
Well, Google it.
Bring out, you got a map there?
Yeah, it's the Atlantic
Kind of little.
coast of Canada. And, you know, it's all the provinces, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Labrador. We're not going up to Labrador, but all of those maritime, meaning, you know, of maritime means water, naval.
Think Maine and then go north up in Canada.
So it's all the Atlantic, the northern, you know, north of Maine in Canada. And
some islands.
yeah. So
A lot
awesome.
of history there.
A lot of history. Yep. Ken
Very
Cooper.
quaint. Will you be writing a book on the Maritime trip?
You know, there are so many good ones. Like I'm reading this photos. Wendy got us this for Father's Day, actually. And it's a really great book, but we probably will do one. Maybe we'll see. It depends on how much I want to work. Does that make sense to you? I would like to have fun and not just work. I'm warning all you people. We should probably tell all those people who are going with this that this is not a vacation for me. That we work every day. Every day we work. You do too, yeah, but particularly me. So
my goal in life is to get to the gym.
Yes, that will be that's part of my job, that I have to work to get you to the gym. And then what do we do with Bo? I got to take him for walks. So,
And
but other than that, I have to
I told
work.
him when we started traveling, I said, I have 2 requirements. You have to find me a gym. You know, I have to go to the gym or I get really crabby. And
I can attest to that.
And I have to eat good food. But I think in Canada, I will be able to find good food.
They have better food.
I don't want fast food. I have to eat. And that means before 10 o'clock at night, because you can go all day without eating. I need to eat 3 times a day.
Yeah.
So that was the ground rules.
Yeah. But I would ideally I would write a RV guide to it, but it depends on how much work I have to do around that. So
now listen to him saying this. He's going to get there and he's going to get so inspired by what he sees.
I love to do that.
He loves telling the story. It's in his DNA. You just love taking pictures.
I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that. So if you hear me complain that I'm working too much, it's my own fault. Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Allen Scantlin.
Okay. Do you have trouble with your satellite when you set it up?
No, the beauty of this system, Alan or Michael, is that it's a permanent antenna mounted on the roof of our RV. It's the big extended version of the Starlink system. So it's permanently mounted up there.
All right. Now, does that make how tall? How much? Because we went under an overpass, and you said could we drive under that with?
No, it's not. It's just that
a
high.
couple inches.
Yeah, it's that high. It's flat.
Okay.
It's like a long pizza box, and it's permanently mounted, and it's twice the size of the normal dish, not the little one. The little one's even smaller, but the new one that just came out. So I don't have to do anything really with setting it up. It just, is there. I've never had to wait for it to establish. The other one, you're always unplugging it, and I would run it on sometimes I'd put it on a picnic table or out on the ground, but most of the time I would put it on a telescoping mast and attach that to the it's attached to the ladder, the back of the fifth wheel. But I don't have to do any of that now with this new system. I have a system, and we have a video up on the YouTube channel of the system I have. It costs a small fortune, but it has been fabulous for me to be able to work on the road. And this will be its first big test in some more challenging conditions. I've not had any trouble anywhere in the country with it. It's been reliable and pretty fast. We'll see how it goes now as we head into the northern climes.
Now we have to be careful not to have trees above us.
Yeah, you can't have like a campground covered with trees over you, because that'll block the satellite view. But
I got to say, I like having everything on the roof, because we were camping with a bunch of Montana folks, and somebody ran over.
Oh, somebody's satellite dish.
Their satellite dish. I mean, that was kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things happen.
Yep. Chris Mondo Biondo.
How's the new truck, and how does it feel driving while towing? Can I just tell you, I got to ride in the truck for the first time today, and I could not believe how comfortable it was. The seats were comfortable. The ride, because the other one would be, I felt like I was riding a horse a lot.
Everyone said that the extended bed is a much stabler ride. Stabler, is that such a word? Much more stable ride. And it is. Where I really noticed it, Chris, I love the truck. It's a great truck.
He loves the truck.
I just wish I didn't have to buy a new truck, but
I'm surprised he's not sleeping in it, because he
I don't
loves
like it that much. But I have my RV mattress to sleep on. But where I really noticed it too is in towing. It is so much more stable towing. I really like it, and this is brand new. It's a 2024. So over the 2021 250 I had, there's some more bells and whistles with the cameras, and it's easier to hook up. And also my hitch, which in the 250, which was a short bed, it was a slider hitch. So there were the big rails that added well over 100 pounds to the hitch weight. I don't need those rails. It's a puck system on this, and the hitch mounted right on it, and it's easier to hook up. I'm really enjoying the truck. So by towing, much more stable, and I'll see how Jennifer thinks when we take off on Wednesday morning.
Now, what we have now is what you wanted in the beginning, but we had a really tough time, if you followed us in the past, just getting what we had, the 250.
We bought this in 2021.
And you couldn't get anything.
Or 2022. We bought it in 2022.
You could not get a truck.
And so it was a year old when we bought it, and I paid over retail
we did
for it then. But prices have come down and inventory is better.
And you remember our story that we were in Florida, and we went to a Ford dealer, and somebody flew in from Montana to buy, was it a 250 or a 350? And they paid $20,000 over the suggested price.
Yeah. That's what dealers were doing at that point. It's not happening now, so that's good. Michael Allen Scantlin.
Have you ever been to Arkansas?
Yes, we have. The Ozarks. We love it. Yes, gorgeous, gorgeous area. Great place. Inka Schultz.
Comment. Make sure your RV and motor vehicle insurance is all set for Canada.
Yeah.
Are we set?
Yeah. Yep.
I know we had to buy health insurance. We got to buy health insurance.
We didn't have to buy
too?
some extra health insurance. Yes. Nope, not for that. We're good with we're good for all that. So that's good. Jules Bug.
Did you ever use a Blackstone grill for camping?
Did we ever use? Yes, all the time. We have a Blackstone. We had one first for in the RV, and then we liked that so much we got one for the house, and now we have in a new RV we have another one, and we do. I really like it. This one is on a little it's built right into the side of the RV underneath a little refrigerator, so you can just pull that out, turn on the gas, and cook. But yeah, we're big fans of Blackstone. As I think that's kind of like the de facto standard for campers these days. It seems like either Blackstone or a knockoff grill like that from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fan?
We just learned that we're going to be grandparents for the very first time. A baby boy due in January. How exciting. We are so happy for you.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes.
That's awesome. Donna Cox.
We are from Canada and looking to shop in the U.S. for a Class A. Can you suggest where we can find information about buying in the U.S. and bringing an RV back to Canada? We are from Newfoundland.
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 I guess they say that. Is that how you pronounce it, Donna? Newfoundland there, and we say Newfoundland. Newfies. Well, I can't help you too much of that because I don't have any experience in doing that. I don't know what the procedures are bringing it back into Canada. I would ask your province and do some checking there. Whoever registers motor vehicles and RVs, and just check that. I'd start with a Google search. Anybody a lot of people buy in the USA, and sometimes they keep them here. You'll have to do some kind of an import on it, and I don't know what Canada's restrictions are. I don't think you have any problem buying one. I would generally suggest that you not buy from one of the big chains, although one of the reasons I suggest that is because it's so difficult to get service at those big chains. And there's this exception here because you'll be taking it back to Newfoundland and you'll have service done there. So you might get a better price. This is a great time to buy right now because the 2025 models will be coming out in about a month, and the dealers are anxious to reduce the current inventory on their lots. But for a Class A, just try and find, if you can, a family-owned business with their name on the sign, and work with them.
Are there any of those left?
There's a few. I don't know. I'd certainly urge you to figure out what RV you want, and then go to the site, the dealer site. The whatever brand. For example, let's say Newmar. Go to the Newmar website and look up their dealers. And
I thought they were bought out too.
Everybody's been bought out pretty much, but I'm just using that as an example. Newmar or Tiffin, whatever it is, go to their website, look up their dealers, find a city that's near you, go to the website for that dealer, look and see what they have in inventory, look for reviews on that dealership, and then find the unit you want. So first thing is you want to know what you want. And if you don't have any idea what kind of a Class A you want, don't buy until you have really looked at a bunch of them. Go to an RV show. In your case, I would recommend that you wait and you go to the Hershey RV show in Hershey, Pennsylvania. That's the first week of January. Is it?
September.
No, first week of September. And if you can't go to that, go to the show the second week of January in Tampa, Florida. Those are the two biggest in the country.
I was going to suggest Germany.
Oh, yeah. Germany. No, that's the Salon in Germany, which is, I think, right now it's on, actually.
There you go.
So, you have a lot of research to do. Start off by finding out what model you want. And if you don't know, go to a big RV show, not a small one. That would be Hershey or Tampa. And spend 3 or 4 days and go through all the Class A's till you see what you want. Do you want a diesel pusher? Do you want gas? How big of a one? Do you want a bunkhouse? All that stuff that you need to know.
And I wonder how you decided that you wanted a Class A, and have you had RVs before?
Yeah. So lots of stuff we don't know, Donna, but so I may have given you some obvious things that you already know, but I'm trying to give you a comprehensive overlook. Grisky.
Let's see. Comment, Johnny Layton. A route
Yep,
for sure.
Montreal, Quebec City. We've been there, done that.
Quebec City. Mm-hmm.
Pretty. I don't like the traffic. Whatever route I take coming back, I want it to be as remote as possible. And I'm not a big fan of Montreal traffic. And
we had a bad experience.
Where
were we when all the signs were in French and they had construction and?
Oh, that was leaving Montreal one time. Yeah,
yeah,
but
we had a rough time getting out of town, and then somebody flipped us off, and we thought, "What did we do?"
No! You're talking about that was Calgary. That was Calgary out west.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But we've done Montreal and Quebec City, and I'd like to see something different. And I like wilderness. So, Cheryl Citrone.
Hello from very hot Tennessee. Joined late in assuming the truck issue got resolved. It did. And glad you're making the trip. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah, we got us a new truck. This is what you wanted in the beginning.
This will be up on YouTube, and you can go to the beginning. We kind of talked about the truck, and you can check it there. Johnny Light says a cozy studio. This is the one we use every week, Johnny.
Well, yeah, this is in the RV, and I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
You can look out the windows and look at the leaves.
Linda Ward.
Oops. Look up the Gold Cup Parade in Charlottetown.
Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, parades are a lot like fireworks. You see one, they're all the same.
No.
Jennifer loves anytime there's a fireworks show. Oh, she loves it. And it's the same with us. We've gone to
show since forever.
Well, you've seen them. They're all the same. And it's the same with parades. Maybe we got burnt out the year on the Gulf Coast, we did all the Mardi Gras parades, but
no, I love fireworks. And the best fireworks I ever saw was downtown Detroit, where they had music with it. And it
was right across from Windsor, Ontario.
Yeah, it was awesome.
They made it like a Freedom Festival week.
Except it was a bad thing because it was on the top floor of a hotel. And you could have one hot dog to eat and all the alcohol you wanted.
Yeah.
We're lucky we found our way home.
You can only have one hot dog. You can have as much beer and wine as you want. Okay, boy, that was a mess. Watch everybody stagger out of that one. E. Scott.
Are you planning to use your ham radio in Canada? Can you?
Oh, yes. I just installed my GMRS because I think most of us are using some form of that on this fantasy RV tour caravan. I want to bring my ham radio thing. The problem is antennas for it. These trucks are all made of fiberglass, and I have the system I want to mount dual antennas, one for GMRS and one for my ham radio, and it actually covers up the third light switch on the back of the truck on the top of the cab. Where the lights are, brake lights up there. It's like an extra light. You actually have to take that off and you put it, and it's got mounts, and you run. It's a very nice, neat installation from a company called Bulletproof Diesel. However, I've been looking at this now for a year, and I just can't bear to spend $545 for just this little mount. Doesn't that sound a little much? $545. Now, it would look great. It would work wonderful. And I wanted to have that to bring my ham radio stuff, to bring my ham radio, my 2-meter ham and UHF, VHF ham radio. But I can't get it in time. I'm leaving Wednesday.
There's the real issue. You can't get it in time.
That's probably 60% of it. But the
other
part is,
to me, it sounds good to have it installed properly and neatly. And
I don't have anybody that can install it, so that's me.
There's another issue.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. Usually, back when we lived in southeastern Michigan, I had a lot of ham buddies who were really good, and I said, "Hey, can you come over and help me?" And they knew what they're doing. I don't know anybody over here that would help, and I can't get this thing in time. If anybody knows anybody there, call them up. Tell them to get some great publicity from me. But I'd like to have that installed. I'll probably bring it just in case an emergency is there. I always have a small ham radio HF rig that I carry with me. In fact, I'm putting that in. I shouldn't tell people where I'm putting it. But I'm taking that with me. And but I don't know whether I'll hook it up. I might.
The times in which we live, it is always good to have a ham radio.
Yes.
You don't know what's going to happen.
No.
Got to be prepared.
That's the truth. Yeah. Hi, Shirley Benoit. Thank you for a $1.99 super sticker. That's from YouTube, and there's a little button there someplace you can stick to give a super sticker or a little extra donation for all this stuff, and Shirley does that week after week, and Shirley, that really means a lot to us. Thank you for that. Everybody give Shirley a round of applause. Christine Berger.
I really appreciated your honest reviews of RVs. Any comments on fiberglass RVs such as Coach House or Chinook?
I suspect because I've seen both Coach House and Chinook. We've done brief reviews at shows where we kind of go through them. I suspect that they are the best two Class Cs on the market next to leisure travel vans right now. I say I suspect because to really do our reviews, and I appreciate your noting that we do our reviews a little different. We started, instead of trying to do the slam bam, thank you ma'am, 5-minute review that you do at an RV show, without any idea of it, we try and drive them, and actually our rule is we want to camp in them for one night. Well, I can understand most RV dealerships and manufacturers don't want to give the two of us and Bo a camper to use overnight. We're going to sleep on their mattress. We're going to use their bath facilities. So it's very
going to be
hard.
Used. They're going to lose money.
Now, Nick Schmidt, my pal from Sunshine State RVs in Gainesville, Florida, Nick has had no problems. He's let us borrow the review we just put up yesterday is our seventh, I think, Class B that we did that Nick let us borrow. And he says he'll let us borrow some others. We're talking about maybe borrowing a Chinook after this trip. Coach House, no way would they allow us. And General RV in Wixom, Michigan, big place. Really kindly, we're kind enough to let us borrow those 3 small Class A's and 2 cab over Class C's, so that we can do those kind of reviews. We hope we can do more, but I'm afraid I can't get the manufacturers or the dealers to let us do that very often.
And we're gonna.
I can understand why.
Yeah.
But so I don't know when we've had to kind of interrupt the whole RV review plans because of the trip coming up. But you can understand their reluctance to let us go camp in it for a weekend because they'll be selling them. Donna Cox.
Thanks for the suggestions. Would you recommend an RV inspector?
Always. Even new ones. Even if you buy a new one. Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about it in the podcast this week, but I just keep hearing about so many problems of quality. And an RV inspector will not catch all of them, but they'll catch a lot of them, the big ones. So they're expensive. They're like everything else. You can spend $1,000 for a good inspection, sometimes more. But
they can't possibly check everything. But
they're pretty in depth. They really are, and they're hard to get. You've got to book them in advance. They're very busy. But yes, get an RV inspector. Some dealerships won't let you bring one into their lot. They'll give you this, well, our insurance won't allow that. Bull. They just don't want you to find all the things that are wrong with that RV, the quality issues. I don't want to be one of those who builds my whole reputation on blasting, knocking RV, but the quality issues are there. Get an inspector.
Yeah, I say the 99 good employees and one person that's having a bad day or not up to speed can cause you some damage.
Yeah, I mean, our leak in this Montana was caused by somebody cross-threading a drain connection, the PVC connection. It was just cross-thread, and it was a leak. Not a terrible leak, but enough to make us not want to use the washer and dryer. Folks at Keystone caught that right away and fixed it for us, and we're delighted. But little things like that, and that to me is not a big deal. It was easily fixed. But get an inspector. And that's not the kind of thing an inspector will find either, Jules Bug, who says we're awesome. Oh. She is. I'm kind of cranky sometimes.
You guys, when you buy an RV, I would not want to buy one without seeing it and sitting on the sofa, touching the fabric that the sofa's made out of. The bathroom. I want a fan in the bathroom if you shower, just using it as a bathroom. You want a ceiling fan.
You know,
And
this
I'm
whole
kind of leaning now the Class Bs. I think I've sold myself on a bathroom in the back
yeah, for a Class B, you'd
for a
want one.
Class B.
We're not getting a Class B.
Someday,
No,
I am going to have a Class
well,
B.
after I'm gone, you can have you. That'll be perfect for you. But I'm not going back to the.
Someday.
I do
I
like
didn't say
bees. I
when.
think they're a lot of fun. Uh, but I'll tell you the thing that we've learned is by camping in them before we do a review. That's how you really know whether that RV is going to be for you. We were really surprised in some of the reviews of the RVs that we didn't think we'd like, that we really liked after we camped in it. We found these little things that we first thought, oh, we're not going to like that. We were very attracted to, but after camping it, we realized how nice they were. Simultaneously, some of the ones that looked, wow, this is gorgeous. And we actually used it, and it just wasn't
Like the
comfortable.
storage, where do you put everything?
Here's the deal. I had a salesman, and he doesn't want me to identify who he is or where, but he said, here's 3 ways you can tell if an RV is quality. And it isn't price. Price is a big part. I mean, the cheaper the less quality, the cheaper it is, always. But he said these are general things to look at. The first thing is the tires. Tires are very important. And he said, look at the tire. If you cannot pronounce the name that's stenciled on the sidewall of the tire, it's probably a China bomb. That's a sign that it's an inexpensive tire. I don't want to say cheap, but inexpensive. And you know the problems of so-called China bomb tires. Most tires are made in China, but not all of them are bad. But first thing is, he says, if you can't pronounce the name, then know if you buy that RV, you're going to want to replace those tires fairly soon. Second thing he said is look at the quality of the cabinets. If it's pressed wood, they've done that to save money and maybe a little weight.
Maybe stapled.
And stapled it. It's all put together, stapled. You want to have, tongue and groove or some quality or hardwoods. And the third thing he said was the most interesting, I thought. He said, look at where they have placed the televisions. If the television is not in a place that is convenient to look at, you have to crane your neck like that, as one RV that we just reviewed was. What are you doing?
Nothing. I
You
just got
have
a
messages on your watch. Yeah.
Mr. Nosy.
So, but if you have to crane your neck to watch the TV, it tells you that RV was designed probably by a computer program and not somebody who really knows about camping and living in an RV. So those are 3 things that he said would tell him to go look at another model. Or if you're buying on price, and sometimes we all have to do that, understanding that these are 3 issues that are symptomatic of maybe some other issues that RV will have. Does that make sense? I thought it was really wise advice. I said, hey, let me put you on camera. And he says, no, you can't. But he said I could tell people that. So that's good. Susie and Jerry.
Started our way up to Maine today. See you soon.
We will. Looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. I don't know where you guys are camping tonight, but stay cool.
Susie and Jerry. I have no clothes in the rig yet, but I'm kind of working my way there.
So Shirley says the big Forest City, Iowa Winnebago rally is this week.
Awesome.
Yep, that's a big rally. They have a lot of fun out there. Gary Thatcher.
Have you ever been to an escapees rally? Interested in how they compare to FMCA rallies? Seems like the FMCA organization is in disarray. Well, that's sad.
Both escapees and FMCA, they're membership groups. These are tough times, and their fortunes kind of go up and down with the economy. The FMCA is a little. They have huge buy-in, or twice a year they have huge national gatherings, international gatherings, but they're always in the US, and they're incredible. I mean, 500 rigs show up. They've got seminars and entertainment and everything. The escapees have really good ones too. They have smaller ones, smaller rallies. The escapees tend to be more organized around I'd say a little younger crowd. The FMCA is probably a little older. The FMCA was, up until 2 years ago, was strictly motor coaches.
Was it just 2 years ago it changed?
I believe 2 or 3 years ago. Time passes, but just the last few years, they've now opened it up to all kinds of RVs. So there's still a preponderance of Class A's motor coaches in there. So those are the two differences. They're both excellent organizations. We recommend them both. And we always think that, you know, if you can belong to both of them, but at least one of them.
Got to interrupt. Sorry. Do escapees, do they have the feature that the FMCA has that if, like, your husband dies on the road, that they will send somebody to drive your rig back to your
I don't
house?
know if escapees have it, but I
I don't
know the
know, but
FMCA does.
I mean, the FMCA for that little bit to join their membership,
yeah.
you know.
And then we had to look at a little bit of that because we had to buy extra insurance. We didn't have to, but we wanted to. Health insurance extra for Canada because you know it's a different country, and that was one of the features that I wanted to, that would repatriate you. But the FMCA has a really good one. They'll get somebody to bring your RV back and your dog. Sometimes even, I'm sorry, Bo knows the word dog and lifted his head. Sometimes, you know, if you fall down and break a leg and you can't drive back, they have volunteers who will come and drive it.
I mean, that is worth whatever the membership fee is,
and
to me.
They all have discounts on different. FMC has a great one on Michelin tires, if you're a member. Has a great internet package. If you're not a road warrior or a heavy internet user, they have some pretty good bargains there. Check them both out. And but we've been a member of the FMCA since we started this, and we've been a member of Escapees as well. You know, it depends on your RV style. They're both a little different, you know, so check them out. Both excellent. Trent Deutman.
Been a while since I've seen you. Do you still base out of Michigan? Yes, we do.
We're in Southwest Michigan. That's our home base. We have, if you haven't been with us for a while, we bought 10 acres here, a little tiny little lake that's in the summertime. It's just nothing but
lily pads.
But in the winter and in the late fall and spring, it's a lake. We love it. Lots of, we have a pad that we put in for an RV. We got a 30 amp site and a 50 amp site for friends. Lots of wildlife.
Oh, a constant parade of wildlife.
Oh my gosh, we
Bo
do.
is on duty all the time. I don't know how he's going to do for 6 weeks not running free.
Yep. Chris Mondo Biondo.
Come up with a Mike, Jen, and Bo seal of approval for the RV you tried out. It will increase the value of the RV.
Well, yeah.
Somebody, was it James Nasty, who suggested Bo slept here? A plaque?
Yeah, Bo slept here. Yeah, Bo slept here. Yeah. I remember one time back in when I was PC Mike on NBC News, and I did tech reports for all the NBC stations around the country, 250 stations every week. And I was on PC Mike, and everybody I had this computer company, large computer company, because we want to create a PC Mike brand computer. And I thought, well, you'll get, $200 every time one is sold.
A lot less than that.
No.
Have you forgotten?
I don't remember. It was a lot. It was, at that time, it was a lot. But then we stopped to think about it, and we thought, well, what happens when things break? They're going to say, so we didn't do that. So I got a feeling that Mike and Jen Bo seal of approval wouldn't go over very well either if something went wrong. Marty Santek, he says that Tiffin's the best. Look at the Phaeton. Phaeton is the most expensive one out there on the road. Yeah, if you have $500,000, you can do really well with the Class A, and they are beautiful. Trent Deutman.
Okay, Test Drive of Leisure was surprised by the extent of wind noise. Pivoted to a Brinkley. Is there anything comparable we should consider?
Well, I can agree with you.
Brinkley is a trailer or a fifth wheel.
Yeah, but yes, on our leisures we've had 3 different leisure travel vans, and all of them, both on the Mercedes chassis and on the Transit chassis, all of them had quite a bit of wind noise. And then I think that's true of most Class Cs. That's really what leisure is. They say it's a B+, but it's actually a Class C, titled and legally that. That's just kind of comes with that kind of a motorhome. Brinkley is a fifth wheel and now a travel trailer that they're building. They probably, arguably, have the reputation for the highest quality out there right now. But I would say, look at Alliance, for fifth wheels, look at Montana, which of course this one is. And then, there's just Grand Design is probably the other one. So Alliance, Grand Design, Montana, Brinkley's probably, we just did a long movie length review of Brinkley and how they build them and how awesome their new factory is. So go look at that. It's on our YouTube channel. Trent, just go to our youtube.com/RV Lifestyle and then search for Brinkley and look at our tour of the factory and the quality of them. But those are the 4 highest quality fifth wheels out there: Montana, Grand Design, Alliance, and Brinkley.
And when we did the Brinkley interview, we asked, "Are you going to make a motorhome?" And they acted like that was a surprise question, but
they didn't say
no.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. My 5 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. I mean, I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Well, the reason we kind of think that is because they have 4 plants now, and across the road from those 4 plants on the campus, they have room for another 4. Was there another 2? And I'm betting one of those we're betting someday they'll make one. Linda Hobbs. Hello from the tiny town of Julian in the mountains of San Diego.
California question.
We have a question.
We love traveling small in a Class B. Are you familiar with any luxury RV resorts that sell lots to small RVs?
Most do not.
Usually they want just days.
Yeah, we stayed in one in Naples.
Oh, that's funny.
And so we got an invite from the people who ran it. Say, hey, come and review this site. And we said, okay, because we've never been in a luxury resort. And as we got there, they said, oh, you're in a Class B. I said, well, yeah, you didn't tell me we couldn't. They just assumed we know that. So they did let us stay but they put us next to the garbage bins. It was pretty stinky, actually, but that's where we stayed. And these luxury resorts are awesome, but I don't know of any that allow small Class B RVs to come in. And some of these small Class Bs, most of them now, new ones, quality ones, are all over $200,000. So.
You're going to have to call this a wrap.
Well, we have so many great questions coming.
I know.
All right, we'll do 2 more if we have them, and then we'll go. Jeff Carey.
Let's see. Rivers Tone makes a top-notch fifth wheel also.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never heard.
Yeah. The ones I'm giving you are the ones that I can feel confident in recommending. I don't know. Everybody's going to have a favorite, but, you ask me, and those are the 4 I would recommend. Jeff Carey.
Have a safe trip. Have you released the third Class C review in your busy schedule?
There is none. And there was one, but the day we were supposed to get it, we showed up and it wasn't, the salesman was too busy to, we waited in like 2 hours, and then we had other stuff scheduled that we had to do. So we didn't get it. We didn't have time to review it. So there are only 2. So no other cab overs. And now we're off running. One last call. Please join our community.rvlifestyle.com. Between there and our Facebook group, we will be, and on YouTube, we'll probably be coming live a bunch. Next time we'll come live will be next Sunday night. And that all depends, of course, on the signal and internet as we travel. But we hope we will come to you from Bar Harbor, Maine, as we are about ready to launch off on our tour of the Maritimes. We leave Wednesday, and we're taking our time doing our 3:30 rule all the way out to Maine, down east, as they call it. And we're looking forward to it. So thank you guys so much. Quick push for our book, latest book out. It's 23rd in our series, but go check it out. It's on Yosemite National Park. And this is one of our best national park guides yet. It's where to stay, where to eat, what routes to take, how to plan, a nice long stay at Yosemite, see all the major things, lots of insider tips to make that a special trip just for RVers. Please go check that out. And thank you so much for doing that. You guys have been great. Thanks again to Phyllis, who's running the show in Iowa and helping to keep all of the questions up and all that stuff. And we want to thank you guys for being with us. Wish us good travels to all of you who will be traveling with us in Canada, 25 different rigs, I think. Safe travels, and we look forward to spending the next 27 days or next month with you guys. And we're going to have fun, and we can't wait to get to Canada. See you guys down the road.
Happy trails.